What's up, everybody? Big Herc916, positivity and motivation. And I'm going to tell you something about pursuing your goals and dreams. At the end of the day, there is no plan B. It's an all or nothing type situation. If you think you are going to get to the top of the food chain, as far as in your craft, in your trade, and the person that you're competing against is giving their all, you can't come in half-ass. You can't come in with a backup plan. You can't think that, well, if this doesn't work out, I can always go do this. It has to be an all or nothing, man. And that's the reality of it. And those are the people who make it to the top. Now, there'll be comments in here where people will say, well, I don't really care about being, the 1% or the top or whatever. Well, then this video is not for you. And I'm not saying the 1% like to say that, you're better than everybody. I'm just saying, as far as being on top of your game, achieving whatever goal it is you set for yourself. And certain goals require you to be exceptional. If you want to be in the NBA, if you want to be in the NFL, you want to be a writer for a TV show, you want to be a world-class Olympic sprinter, you want to be a world-class swimmer, you want to be a soccer player, you want to drive F1, you have to be exceptional. You can't be average, because you've already eliminated the average by being in that field, because average people don't do that. Average people don't write TV and movie shows, and average person doesn't play in the NFL. Most people never even met a person who played in the NFL in person. That's how rare it is. Most people don't have a friend that's in the NBA. So when you start talking about being exceptional, there is no plan B, man. You can't be a Steph Curry and then think that on the side you're going to be a Picasso and paint. You're going to pursue your art. You're either going to play basketball to the highest level and be the best, because the NBA, then you have the junior league, and then or the B league, whatever they want to call it, and then you have all the people playing semi-pro. Then you have the 3-on-3. Man, there's so many leagues. So you can, if your game isn't in the 1 percentile, you won't even scratch the surface, because then you have the guys who, you're talking about playing Division I basketball. Dude, you have to live and breathe your craft. And you have to believe in yourself, and nothing happens overnight. Everything is, it's consistency. It's being redundant. It's, doing something over and over again. When I got out of prison, bro, I didn't have a plan B. It was all or nothing. I didn't fill out, let me tell you something real. I didn't fill out one job application after I did almost a decade. Not one job application. I created my own job. I hooked up with, a homie from high school, and we created a job for me to go to every day. We made up an employment situation. I work for myself. And to make that happen, man, sometimes I don't even know how I did it. And I said when I was inside the pen that when I got out, I was gonna produce. I was gonna come up with a show. I had all these different notes in my journal. I sacrificed going to the law library every day, studying for a minimal of 6 hours a day, case law, business, different things, rather than going to work in Unicor. Going to work in the factories. I could have went to a Unicor job, worked in there, made my little $300 some a month, saved my little paychecks up. I didn't do any of that. I got out, and the only money I had was the money I made from doing legal work for people while I was in there. And some of that money I invested in buying a video camera, the old school handheld cameras. Part of that money I invested in, I bought roughly, 1,500 books that I produced as far as one of the books I wrote in prison. And then I had left over maybe $300-400. That was it, man. But I invested in myself because it was an all or nothing situation for me. I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have a plan to go and, work for somebody or, build roofs or dig ditches. I didn't have any of that. I believed that whatever it was that I wanted to do as far as what I created in the universe, I was going to be successful at it. Therefore, I dedicated all my time while I was inside, locked down, to perfecting these different business ideas, these different plans. I had laundry bags full of books. I had stacks of notepads. I wrote, 3 books while I was in there, and I knew that I said one day I'm gonna produce these books, publish these books when I get out, and I'm gonna produce a show and all these things. But people looked at me crazy, like, man, what do you do over at the law library all night? And I was over there. I wasn't watching a bunch of TV. I wasn't playing dominoes. I wasn't playing cards. I wasn't in there gambling. I focused on myself, man. And I believe that if you put the energy into something, it's inevitable that you're going to win. Kobe said something in one of his interviews I was just watching recently, and he said that if he got up 2 or 3 hours earlier and practiced basketball during that time, he could actually get a 4 or 5 year advantage on the average person who only utilized certain hours of the day to practice their craft. So this guy was ahead of his time and thinking that, man, I could beat nature in a sense that if I do what others aren't willing to do or don't want to do, then I could be better than them. And he became one of the greatest. He did things, that were phenomenal, but that's all he focused on. And then later on went on becoming just an exceptional businessman. But when I watch videos with Kobe, when I hear about Mayweather talking about his sense of urgency and how he grew up in just, a very hard environment. He didn't have no silver spoon in his mouth, and he trained and he did these things. And he dealt with having a mother that was a drug addict, a dad that was in and out the pen, who was a drug dealer, but he had uncles that boxed, and he got involved in, training and boxing. Dude, that's discipline, man. And that's what a lot of people lack. And that's why they aren't where they should be, because instead of training or studying or doing what they need to be doing to get ahead, they're messing off time, doing things that are meaningless, but they want results. They want to be in shape. They want to be healthy. They want to make more money, but they sleep in till 11, 12 o'clock. They stay up all night. They eat honey buns and, watch TV. They don't exercise. They, barely read any books, but they want to be smart. They get all their information from social media. Dude, you can't expect to be, in the forefront of what it is you want to accomplish if that's how you live your life. It takes discipline, man. And, sometimes I got to check myself to the point where, I ask myself, am I doing enough to get to where I want to go? Because you can't lie to you can't lie to the universe, man. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to the universe. The universe will check you. Snoop said it, man. He said, I can't help all these dudes become a rapper just because, I'm Snoop Dogg. He at one point, dudes get mad and they think, oh man, I should be doing what you're doing. If you hook me up, well, dude, I can't say the verses for you. I can't hold the mic for you. I can't write your lyrics. There's certain things you got to do. So a lot of people, you can hate all you want, but at the end of the day, certain things are going to fall into place and certain things aren't. Now, entertainment is a lot of other variables in there because of just, how things are marketed. Because I've heard people that are garbage, make it to success. But when you talk about athleticism, when you talk about financial success, and even financial success, it's a matter of having a break. But it's when opportunity meets preparedness. So if there's an opportunity, you're prepared and you can capitalize on it, that's when you get lucky. But if you aren't prepared and you haven't been putting in your work and you get an opportunity to, have a platform, that's your bag. That's your mess up. You can't blame nobody but yourself. So be careful what you ask for, because it will divulge itself. But if you aren't ready and you just think that you're gonna, bullshit your way in, man, bullshit will only get you so far. You can only bullshit yourself to a certain level, and unless you got, like I said, a rich uncle or your dad owns something. But as far as you'll get exposed, man. Somebody will expose you and see that you're a fraud. So do your homework, man. But as far as going after what it is you want to achieve, man, there is no plan B. Plan B is for suckers, man. Plan B is for people who doubt plan A. I had somebody tell me one time when I was telling them that I was working on a script and writing these books, they're like, well, you know how many other people tried that and, they're all doing this? I said, well, they're not like me. And you're a hater because what you got, you're mad because you've tapped out, but you are offended because you feel that I'm going to surpass what you're doing and you're judging me for having this ambition, this drive. I didn't say that I was, what I wanted to do was any better than what you were doing. You're the one who brought those feelings up because you feel some kind of way because you're insecure. And that's the truth of it. And this cat, I ain't had words with him since, but that's the type of person you got to watch out for because they're dangerous. They have insecurities, and at the end of the day, they don't really want you to win. They want you to have a plan B because they want your plan A to fail. They don't think highly of you, or they think that you aren't capable because they weren't able to accomplish. It's like the same type of person who says, well, you better live within your means, you better stay in your lane, but yet they ride the nuts of the next man who's riding around in the Maybach and living in a multi-million-dollar house. They think that they're the greatest, but they look at you that you're not equal, even though you both are human, but what you are saying you're going to accomplish, you're not capable, even though they witness other people do that and plus some. Watch out for those people, man. F a plan B, man. Pursue plan A. Do it with all your heart. It's all about those who second guess themselves and those who don't. The ones who don't are the ones who are right now sitting in positions that they've earned and that they've given up equity. Ain't nothing come easy, man. Everybody wants something without the fight. Everybody wants to be handed something, man. You got the game effed up, man. The game is vicious and it's not for the weak. So if you're weak, go home. If you're weak, go clock in. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But when you start talking about those who are at the top of the food chain, those who are getting it, dude, they didn't have a plan B. Not the ones who were self-made. Their only game was plan A. Be about it. Go get it, man. Big Herc916.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.
Hey. I got that work. Hey. See? While y'all in quarantine, I got that work. Split the coronavirus wig, man. Hey. Go to the link in the description and get your limited edition coronavirus wig splitter shirts. Big Herc916 getting down fresh out.